Good morning. Yes, it's morning when I'm making my morning talk show, but it will air tomorrow, not today. Okay, what am I going to talk about today on my morning talk show? Maybe it's just updates and then whatever comes out of my mouth. Like, I am at 5,990 subscribers. When I say that, my heart just beats and my voice gets quivery and I'm about ready to cry because I cannot believe it. I remember I thought I would never get even to 1,000 subscribers. I want to thank everybody for watching me and paying attention to my family and my life. I wanted this to be the real reality show of what life is like for some people, and this is my life. My family, if you're new, this is all of my grandkids up here and my children. I have 6 children. I had 7, but one died. I did a video about how my baby died, if you want to look that up. I have 36 grandchildren, and I have 2 great-grandchildren. But with 36 grandchildren, I'm expecting to get a lot of great-grandchildren. It just takes time, right? I don't have that many married grandchildren yet. So, family is what it's all about. It's what life is about. And you know, if I could live my life over, I wish I would have had more children, because when you're old, they are very important to you. If you have never had children, and you chose that way of life, that's fine for you. And anything I say is what my life is and what I think and what my growing up experiences have led me to be. And I realize we are all different, and that's what makes the world go round, right? Different people, different strokes for different folks. We're all God's children, and I love you all, and I don't judge. And I'm trying not to judge when I want to judge. I got to remind myself, don't judge people, because I'm not perfect either. And I've learned so much since I started my channel, and I've learned it from you, all of you in your comments. And I just want to thank you, because it's made my dream come true. I wanted a YouTube channel. It was my bucket list, and I'm doing so many things on my bucket list. Some of the bucket list things you can't do because you got too old, like zip lining. I don't think I can zip line unless it's a chair I sit in to zip line. Then I always see that. Remember that one horrible show where the person zip lining and their hair got caught in the zip part? Oh, don't do that. The hair got caught in the zip part, and I don't want that to happen to me. I'm going to be wearing a helmet when I sit in that chair to zip line. I don't even know if they make chairs to zip line. Then I'm probably too cheap to pay the price to do it. So I'm going to cross that off my bucket list. But having a YouTube channel was always on my bucket list. And people told me in the beginning, you're just wasting your time. You're not, who's going to watch you? You don't do anything. You don't have enough going on in your life for a YouTube channel. You're not smart enough to carry that off. Almost 6,000. And when I get to 6,000, somebody's going to win this. I'm going to send it to them. Oh, I had it right here, and I stabbed it in here. Stabbing is the key word to what I'm going to mail you. Oh, here it is. I was looking for the black one. It's a white one. It's a Victorinox. Can you see that right there? Victorinox. Swiss knife. Swiss made. These are the best knives. They're sharp. You always want to get the graded one, not the straight one. And I'm going to send somebody one of these from the company so I don't have to pay postage. Well, I do, but they will mail it for me. So when I get to 6,000, which, I only need 10 more. How many? If you're not subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, give me a thumbs up anyway, because that counts. The thumbs ups. And then if you don't want to subscribe, some people don't get it. If I subscribe, is it going to cost me anything? No. Are you going to bug me? No, not unless you put notifications. So It's going to be fine. I started to cry and get weepy-eyed. Now I have to blow my nose. I guess you know I wasn't faking. Because when you fake, you don't have moisture coming out of things. Okay. So I love reading. On Sunday, I go back and read all of my comments, try to get through them all. So I wanted to address some of the comments that I've gotten. Now, on our trips, I always do this in my suitcase. You make a copy of your passport, both of your copies, put in your suitcase. And my brother even, he had house sitters. He made a copy for them to keep at the house in case somebody needs it. So I have a copy here too that I can tell Trevor, go get my passport, I need it. My luggage is gone. But we don't check our luggage in ever. We carry it with us because we like turtles. That's what my brother said about, oh, the clock is 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it's not morning anymore. My brother one time said about having an RV. I said, are you ever going to get an RV to travel? And he goes, no. Do I look like a turtle? Do I want to be a turtle traveling all around the world with my home on my back? So I always laugh at that because I enjoy traveling like a turtle, carrying it with me and in my RV. All right, the other thing, not only to make copies of your passport, make copies of all of your medications and put that in your suitcase. And I even made a one this size with my 3 medications, high blood pressure medicine, my Zoloft. I don't keep it a secret. Yes, I take Zoloft for years because I have a tendency. They used to have a Zoloft commercial about a little cartoon person hiding in their bedroom and stuff. That was me. They thought of that because of me. Because my depression is I want to hide in my bedroom and hide from the world and be a hermit. And I would be happy. But the Zoloft brings me out of that so that I can live life. And I knew it started working years ago. I would cry all the time. And my sister Shauna, the nurse, said, it's not normal to cry all the time. Come on, we're going to the doctor. So I went with her and was crying the whole time. And then the doctor came in. She didn't go in the room with, oh, she might have. I don't remember. But anyway, the doctor came in and I started crying right then and said, I just cry all the time. And then they put me on Zoloft. And I didn't notice anything until about 3 weeks later. And then I told my kids, my boys and stuff, I said, we're going to go to the drive-in. Get everything ready. Get the car loaded. We're going to the drive-in to watch a show. And they're just like shocked. What? It gets me out of my bedroom and helps me live. And I don't, in fact, sometimes I should be crying and I don't cry. Because Zoloft works for me really well. It might not work for everybody. I know that. But for me, it works really well. And when I think about going off of it, I kind of get panicky, like, oh, I don't want to go off of it. Okay, so I made a little card to put in my wallet of my medications because people say, what is your... Now, if you have it memorized, that's better for you. But sometimes you can't memorize these words. Like Jamie is on Lisinopril. I think that's the one I'm on too for high blood pressure. Then he's on spironolactone. It's for heart failure and blood pressure. He doesn't care if I tell ya the medications he's on. He's on warfarin for the blood thinner because we can't afford the other one that's $500 a month. And I don't know these other ones. I can't even say the words, so I'm not even going to butcher it and try. So, you know, he has to be on a lot of them. One's a water pill because he'll swell up if he doesn't take it. It's probably the hydrochlorothiazide, and I don't know. But anyway, I do this because you can't memorize them all. And I should make a little wallet one for him too. because you never know what could happen. And then they're going, you can't call your doctor, you need your pills, you lost your pills. Oh, I could think of a world of things that happen. All right. The next thing. One lady kind of got mad at me that I talked about Chad's addiction. Well, it's not like a secret. Everybody in town knows about it. Everybody in the family knows about it. You guys have I bet a lot of families have an addictive person that has an addiction in your family too. In fact, I bet even some watching might have an addictive problem. You never know. So it's not a secret that we need to hide. Now, she said I needed to go to therapy and go to study addiction and everything. Maybe I do. I already did, though. Maybe I didn't do it enough, in her opinion. And that's fine to have her opinion. But I lived with my second husband was an alcoholic. Very bad addiction to it. So when you live it, you learn it fast. You learn that if you say, choose me or the addiction, they choose the addiction and you're left, I remember before I learned all about it, because I never knew about it. My parents didn't drink or anything, so I didn't know anything about alcoholism. And when he told me he quit drinking when I married him, and he said, oh, I'm never going to drink again, I believed it because I didn't know about addictions back then. And I didn't know about alcoholics. So I just believed it. And I was in love with him because he wasn't a drunk then. He was just normal. Now, people have addictive personalities. So if you do, don't even start drugs or drinking because you might become one. All right. So then I know that your addiction speaks first for everything, every decision you make. I remember once we were going up to Carolyn's in Portland. She lived up there, and we were taking a little family trip with my kids and my alcoholic husband. And we were really excited because we didn't get to see her much and didn't get to go up there much. So we were almost there. And then he said, nope, we're not going after all. He turned around and went back. I mean, we're talking 300 miles. And I was crying, my boys were crying. But what was it? It was his addiction, because he didn't think that he was going to get to drink up there, and he didn't know the Portland town. And if he went to go buy a drink, how is he going to find his way back? And I think he just panicked and decided, no, I can't do it. So, I know that addiction speaks louder than anything else. It speaks louder than any family choice or any religious choice, anything, whether you're addicted to your games. Some people are addicted to their games on TV. So then all their decisions and choices are made around that. No, I don't want to go to that party. I don't want to go to their house for dinner because they want to stay home and play their games. They want to stay and drink. They can't drink there. They don't want to go. And Autumn, my granddaughter said, why can't he choose us over alcohol? He can't. It's his addiction, and then he can't do it. They need help. So I realize all that. And no matter what you say and what you preach to them, they already know it all. Anyway, you can say, oh, you're addicted, and oh, yeah, and they already know it all. They've heard it all. And the more you talk about it, the more guilty they feel, and then it makes them want to drink. Don't pour drink down and hide it. They're just going to use your money and go buy more. They'll do anything. Foster used to take my food stamps and take them to his friends, and they would give him half the price for the food stamps so that he could go have money for alcohol. So don't even, don't be an enabler, but, don't think that you're going to dump it out and then they'll never drink again. It doesn't work. So I've lived it all. And then when you become a mother of an addictive person, whether drugs or alcohol, that's a whole new thing that you learn. because you love your child so much. You know, your husband, you could think, well, I'm going to divorce him and get rid of him. But your child, you can't really do that. So you have so much unconditional love for your children, and you want to help them, and you know you can't, and they have to come, sending them to rehab, making them do all that. That doesn't work either, because they have to know and want it themselves. So sending them off, or, you know, making them do that, that's not going to help either. I went to Al-Anon, all those and those women, I don't want to judge, but most of them have addictions themselves. When I went to Al-Anon the first time, I thought, this is going to be good. I'm going to learn how to make him stop. No, Al-Anon doesn't teach you how to make him stop. It teaches you how to live with a person that has an addiction, which you need. And it gives you a lot of good ideas and tips and how to, you know, live with the person that has it, and teaches you. But we sat around there, and all the women, this was back in the day when you could smoke, they all lit up their cigarettes, and they got their coffee, and they got their, and I'm looking around thinking, and you know, I didn't smoke, and I didn't need coffee either, so I'm just sitting there ready for the lesson, and I'm looking at them thinking, well, you guys are all addicted to your cigarettes and stuff, you know, you need this lesson too. So we all have addictions in different ways. I might have an addiction for my diet drink that I love to take my pills with and everything. I have an addiction maybe to Temu, although I don't think I do, because really I'm sick of shopping from it. I look for an hour, wasting my time looking on Temu for an hour, trying to find something that is useful to buy and useful that I can use and not be a waste of money. Now, I know there's some channels, Temu channels, that they're thrill. They find stuff that I'm like, you're never going to use that, or you already have probably 300 of these Stanley Cup dupes, or blankets, or what about mugs? I don't know, the things people buy. Like, I bought in so many dresses, I don't even want to buy another dress or another t-shirt. I just can't do it. So that's why my last show, I bought sweatshirts for Trevor's family, which they all loved, tried them on. They looked fit perfect. And even the Misty, who's not a big Temu shopper, said, those are from Temu, because they were so nice. And Trevor put his one on, and I know he has playground duty every day. He said he's going to be wearing that Be Kind sweatshirt on the playground. So he goes, how much was it? I said, about $8. Whoa, that's a good price. So I know that that went to good use, and they will be wearing them. Plus, I got a show out of it. And my money wasn't wasted on another, like, I bought a lot of sweatshirts for myself. I don't wear them. I don't like them. They're hot. And the hood, when I wear a hoodie, it just comes up here, and the hood's, you know, it's heavy. So it pulls the shirt up and down, choking me. I don't even like the sweatshirt thing. I like sweaters better. But anyway, so I don't have an shopping addiction. I used to more than I do now. But I was worried, and one time I said, I think I'm a shopaholic. And the guy, my friend, he said, no, you're not. Oh, next time I talk to you, I'll tell you why you're not a shopaholic. So he left me, you know, I'm thinking the whole time, what was he going to say? How does he know I'm not a shopaholic? Well, then he got back to me and he said, I'll tell you why. Shopaholics put that above everything else. Shopaholics spend the money that they should use somewhere else on the shopping. Shopaholics put that first above their husband, above their house cleaning, above their time, their other things they could be doing and getting done. It's the shopping that they want to do the most. So then I realized I wasn't a shopaholic, because I pay my bills first. I do not go shopping when I should go to church or go to my children's conferences, or, you know, go to the other things that first. I don't put shopping first. And I also can't buy something just for buying it. I used to have to buy everything on clearance because it was a good deal. But now I tell myself, I'm not going to buy it because I'm going to let that sit there and save it for somebody who needs it more than me. Because I'm sure that somebody who has a child needs that item on sale more than I need to get it for my grandchildren. And so I say no now. And I don't buy just every clothes that fit me that's on sale because I probably will wear it out because I bought it out of guilt, but I won't love it. So don't buy anything unless you really, really love it, unless you really are going to use it, unless it's going to serve a purpose. So I have guidelines now. So do I have any other addictions? I don't know. Other people can tell you more than you can recognize yourself sometimes. But I don't really want to dwell my life on an addiction as far as going to therapy about it and studying up on it because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the whole thing. I'm almost ready, Jamie, and we'll be leaving as soon as I'm done here.
How long will you be?
Well, I've talked for 21 minutes, so I'll finish it up right now in 25 minutes, and then we'll leave.
Okay, I'll try to wait for you. If not, I'll leave you.
No, don't leave me. We have to go to town and finish our to-do list. All right, so my thing is, I want to put the addictions, addictions behind me. And I don't want to study on it anymore because I know enough about it. My son, my ex-husband, I lived with it too much. I want to live for happier things. And to me, it is their problem. I don't want it to be my problem. I don't want to learn how to live with it. I just want to forget about it. And they need to realize their journey, and they need to realize they're killing their health, they're killing themselves, they're wasting their life on their addiction. I could tell them till they're blue in the face, it does no good. So whatever will come will be for him and his addiction. If he gets another DUI, he has the consequences. I don't, because I don't have to live with it. And I love him, and if he wants help to overcome it, I will be there. But when he had children at home, I had to step in more to help the children, but he doesn't anymore. So I'm going to be gone, and he's going to have to deal with everything himself. He's 50, you know. You're going to have to learn something by now. So there's nothing I can do that will help that addictive person. Nothing. And he's probably never going to change. So I don't need to go to therapy or a class about it. I'm full aware of what addictions are. So thank you for your concern and thinking. I've never, had an addiction to maybe sugar. I had an addiction. I still have an addiction to that. But there's a little difference because with food, you have to eat, right, to stay alive. Drinking, you don't have to drink alcohol. Well, they probably do now because they have so much in their system. I already know all about that too, withdrawals and how to dry up and all that. You got to have medical care. I know all that. You can't just quit cold turkey. You might die. I know it all. I mean, I'm not a know-it-all, but I've lived a lot of different. I could go on and on with stories about living with an alcoholic husband. I suffered his meanness and his breaking my everything and beating me up. And I've suffered with many, many things with it. So I just want to put it behind me. I have better, happier things to think about. So there's nothing I can do to help his problem. So, end of that. And now, I finished. I have another winner. I'll conclude with this. In October, the winner the first winner of the tissue box couch cover. Sorry. Credence would love that. got it upside down, and I pushed the button that is supposed to be this one. Okay, the winner is Rebecca from Cedar Bluff, Virginia. And she has granddaughters, Avery and Emma. And so they are mailing theirs today. So that I'm way ahead. So this is an October winner. So congratulations and thank you for watching and subscribing. And hopefully I'll get to announce a $6,000 winner very soon so that I can do this before I leave on my trip. All right, Jamie's waiting. I'm going to go to town. We have to go get our prescriptions, and we have pay some bills and everything in town before we leave. So we're leaving on a trip soon, and you guys are coming with me.